Hello and welcome to Life as It Is with me, Dora Middleton. In today's segment, I would like to talk about a situation that happened in Florida just recently where there was a 35-year-old Black woman, African-American woman with 4 children that was murdered by a 58-year-old Caucasian woman. Okay. And I'm going to say all of this. The information I'm about to say allegedly is this part of what I'm about to talk about came from the victim's friend. Apparently, allegedly, the victim's friend is saying that there had been over 20 calls to 911 with Mrs. Owens needing to call the cops on this said neighbor, this 58-year-old woman. Okay. Regarding discrimination, harassment with her children. The lady was literally taunting this woman's 4 children. Okay. They said she would call them names, little racist slurs. But this particular day, this grown-ass 58-year-old woman, when this 10-year-old and 12-year-old were playing outside, in a field behind the apartment, where they say that the apartment, the landlord said that it was okay for the kids to play in the field. Okay, she had a problem with that. The racist, and I am going to say exactly what I feel. This racist woman had a problem with these Black children playing in the field by her home. She had nothing to do with it. She had no rights to it, nothing. It's just a field. And they said every time those children would play back there, she would just get so angry and irate and just start nitpicking at those children, calling them names and bothering them till I guess her racism just caught up with her, because that day she clicked. Okay. She literally threw a skate at the 10-year-old and hit him in the toe with it. Okay, a big-ass skate. Any of you guys that own skates out there, you know they're heavy. I own skates. I bought skates for my children over the years. Them damn things are heavy, okay? And if that wasn't bad enough, then the woman went on to swing an umbrella at the children. So the children realized they couldn't speak with anyone that's so psychotic as her. So they went and they got their mom. So their mom, which is the 35-year-old Black female, the mother of 4, and she came over to speak with this racist. And witnesses say she knocked on the door and told the lady she wanted to speak to her regarding the fact that she took the kid's tablet because when she hit the kids and was swinging the umbrella, they dropped the tablet, allegedly, is what the friend said, and what the kids told everyone, and she wouldn't give the tablet back. So the mom went over there to get the tablet from this Caucasian woman, and she knocked on the door and she told her, "I know you're in there," but they said she didn't yell. She was calm. She had no weapons. She wasn't aggressive. And what happens? This 58-year-old woman shot her through the door, hitting her in the chest. Okay. So a witness that lived across the street said the little boy was screaming, "My mama's been shot. My mama's been shot." So she ran across the street to find the 35-year-old woman, Mrs. Owens, with the gunshot wound to the chest. So she immediately started chest compressions, trying to help her, trying to keep her alive until help came. Okay, now, this lady had no weapons. She came over to speak to this psychotic woman as any adult would after their kid has been assaulted. But rather than come out and speak like a grown-ass woman, this crazy lady shoots through the door. Okay? And I'm angry because, number one, these are children. You were screwing with someone else's kids. You were screwing with kids, period. What adult does that? Who assaults children? You've got to be out of your fucking mind. And yes, I'm angry. So I know I'm using some language that some of you might not like, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the racism. I dealt with racism. But the thing is, I let the racists around me, I let it be known. I don't fuck with you, and you damn sure better not fuck with me, because I will protect myself. I will protect my children. And that's how it was always done when my children were younger. They're grown up now, but I didn't tolerate the nonsense. Okay, you are not going to taunt my children. You're not going to lay hands on my children, and you're not going to lay hands on me. If you don't want me in the neighborhood, that's your damn problem. Pack your shit up and leave, is what I've told racists that I've dealt with. You don't like it, get the fuck out, because I'm not going anywhere. Okay, if you don't like to see the fact that these black people are coming and going from this house, then take your ass and stay in the house until we're not out there anymore. Then you come out. I don't give a damn how you have to do it. You can hide. You can do whatever you want to do. I don't give two fucks. But you damn sure wouldn't scare me away. Okay? And I'm not a violent person, but I will protect me and mine at any cost. Okay? This young lady didn't do anything but go over to talk to this lady and lost her life because this lady was such a pig. She turns around and she shoots this woman through the door. She's a coward. You can't open the door and have a decent conversation and give this lady her tablet that she purchased for her children. So that's theft, if you ask me. She should be charged with theft because allegedly the friend says she stole the kid's tablet and wouldn't give it back. I don't think it should just be manslaughter. That lady, I think with what kind of crime she did, she should never, up to 30 years for manslaughter. No, she should never see the outside world again, ever in her life. But of course, she's going to get the lesser of the charges, you know. I mean, none of us are surprised or shocked about that. But she tried to say it was a stand your ground. Stand your ground against what, lady? The lady, she came to your house. Miss Owens came to your house. She had no weapons. She was talking to you through the door, asking you why you did what you did to her children, and you shoot through the door. How was she a threat to you when she was standing on the opposite side of the door from you with no weapons? The only threat was her ass. She was the threat. Now, what would happen if one day this lady decided, you know what, she would have decided she just wanted to off the children? Because it seems like mentally this crazy ass woman she wasn't stable. So what would have happened? Are they looking at that? What if the mother wouldn't have gone over there and the kids would have kept trying to talk to her? Would she have shot through the door and shot the kids? I am so tired of all of these racists using these damn stand your ground laws around these different states and cities, and they're getting away with murdering black people because of the stand your ground. And the fact that she tried to do this, it doesn't surprise me. This is what racist people do. Black people are being hunted down like animals. They're being killed while jogging, killed while trying to swim, killed while barbecuing, killed while driving. What the fuck are we supposed to do? Not exist? What are we supposed to do in this world? The only crimes that we are breaking is the being black. You can't be black in this world, apparently. So that's the crime we're committing. We're walking around black, and that's a problem for some. Because we had the problem we're having here. We had a president, and I'm gonna say this. We had a president that decided to throw gas on the flame when he was talking about different races of people. This is a man that they put in office that said he wanted it like the good old days when if you didn't want anyone around, you could just throw them the hell out. Well, sir, we're not in the good old days anymore. Where because you're black, you got to get your fucking food at the back door in an alley some damn where. It's not like that anymore. Black people work hard for what we got. what we have. Okay. Without us spending our money, these stores wouldn't be shit. They need us. They need us. Okay. And we are so tired of this. And and I know that you hear the anger in my voice because I'm very angry, because I'm just tired of it. We are tired of every time we turn around, Black people are being killed. How are you being murdered when you're just being pulled over for a so-called seatbelt ticket or so-called running a light or cruising through a stop sign? Is that something to lose your life over? There's been situations where a Black woman was beat up because her car flipped over. Someone cut her off on the street, and she flips over and she's like out of it. Anyone knows if they've been in a car accident, you're going to be out of it, especially if you hit your head. And she calls 911. The police gets there and beat her up. Why the hell are you beating her up? She was just in a damn car accident. See, this is the shit I'm talking about. We are getting no respect from anyone. Anyone. We can't call 911 when we need it because chances are you're afraid to call them because guess what? They may come and kill you and you're the one that called with the problem. This racism, when you have racists out there and you're seeing police are getting away with murder, all these murderers are getting away with murder because of racism. So the next killer is like, okay, well, they got away with it. Let me do the same thing. We are tired of this shit. We are tired of it. And when is it going to end? When is the racism going to end? Now, this 35-year-old woman left 4 kids behind because of a selfish, and I'm going to stand by what I'm about to say, a selfish ass bitch. Left these kids with no mother because she stayed in that apartment of hers and she built up all this rage and I might add, she might have been raised with that hatred in her. So it could be the way her parents raised her. But whatever the case may be, because she was so hate-filled, she killed someone. And for her to only get manslaughter, oh, that's not right. But it's not right. But that's how it is in the world today. It's almost like Black people's lives don't matter. That's why when Blacks are protesting, saying Black Lives Matter, this is why we protest. Okay? And we shouldn't have to protest and say that our lives matter. Our lives matter just like the next damn person's life. And then the sad part is we're talking about losing lives for no reason. Black people losing their lives for absolutely no reason. And then you have all these people come out where all lives matter. Who the fuck said that all lives didn't matter? Who said that? And I've had to correct people on that on so many occasions when, well, I mean, I don't think that they should be saying that Black lives matter when all lives matter. At the present time, asshole, all lives are not being taken away right now. We are looking at Black lives, okay? We know that all lives matter. But every time you turn on the television, are you seeing any other race of people being shot down and murdered like dogs besides Black people? No, you're not. So we're tired of hearing all lives matter. We know this shit. We know it. We know it. We're not saying that they don't. So all of these people that's saying, oh, that's a racist, they're racist. They're just saying Black Lives Matter. That's not what the hell they're saying. They are saying that Black lives matter because Black people are being killed frequently. Every day you turn on the television, there's been a murdered Black person, and for no reason. We're not saying that all lives don't matter. We all came from one God up above. So all lives matter. But whose lives are taken frequently for no reason? Black lives. And we're tired of explaining ourselves over and over and over and over. And the fact that we didn't even have a decent president at one point that that instead of him trying to bring everybody together as one, he separated the world even more with his damn racism and his stupidity. And then he's trying to get in there again. And I'm pretty sure a bunch of fools will be putting him in there. They will vote to get him in there. We are living among so many people that are so fucked up in the head. It's a scary thought. It's just scary. It's just sad. It's scary and sad that you don't know who you're living next to, what kind of rage they have. People seem to be just sitting in these houses, and they're getting angrier and angrier in these houses and these apartments. And you don't know who's going to walk out the door. You don't know what they're going to go do. You don't know. God forbid if they have mental illness also with the racism. God help us. You know what I'm saying? This has got to stop. But until the people in power make it stop and punish those that are randomly killing people because of the color of their skin, until they punish them more, it's only going to get worse. There's no way that this woman should be gone. There's no way that this woman should be dead with her 4 kids left motherless because of a piece of trash. I mean, it is no other way to say it. I can't even say anything nice about this woman. And I don't want to hear that she's 58 years old. I don't give a damn if she was 89 years old. You kill someone for no reason, your ass should be in prison. I don't care. And it shouldn't have taken them that long to get her ass in handcuffs and put her in jail. It shouldn't have taken that long to get that woman put it behind bars. Had that been a black woman and a white kid, everyone knows what would have happened. If when the cops made it there, they didn't kill her. And I'm just being realistic here. There's no way that woman should have been out of jail for as long as she was out after what she did. But again, it's like black lives don't matter. We have heard recordings of racist cops, just things being said by politicians that were racist. Everyone hates black people. Everyone. And we literally, the only thing we're doing is existing. And there's a problem with that. There's a problem. It's always been a problem. Every time you turn around, let someone tell it, oh, they felt threatened. You feel threatened because of a person's color of their skin. You feel threatened. You can't go in a store because you can have $1 million in your pocket. They're still going to look at you like you're coming to steal their shit. No one wants to steal your shit. No one wants to steal your shit. And the racism is just, it's running rapid, and it's got to stop. We're tired of being watched in the stores. We're tired of being profiled while driving. That's happened to me twice. With my daughter in the car one of the times. She was 13 years old at that time? 13, 14 years old. And he lied. He literally lied and said that he pulled me over because I got over in the right lane and didn't use a signal. If I had gotten over first of all, it was no other right lane to get into, because if I had turned off into anything, I would have turned into someone's house or, a building, because it was a straight shot. And he was lying. And then when I asked him, why did you pull me over? That's when I asked, when he pulled me over, why he waited until I got right. I was going to my sister's house, and he literally waited right there until I got to the corner right at her house. And again, she's living where they feel we shouldn't be able to live, like I live where they feel we shouldn't be able to live. But that's what the problem was. And he said, oh, you got in a you got over in the right lane and you didn't use the signal. And I had to kindly explain to him, not only did I've been in the same lane since I left the destination that I just left. I didn't get over in any lane. I stayed in the lane that I got in when I left the place before leaving out to go to my sister's house. So then he sits in the car for a little bit. And God knows what was on this man's mind. So then he gets back out and says, I couldn't verify your license and registration. I'm just going to let you go with a warning because the system is down. We were unable to verify. I said, oh, is that right? So, okay, so I go ahead and go to my sister's house, told her what happened, went on to go home. But the more I started heading home, the closer I got to my home, the angrier I got. So I pulled over and I called and I asked for a supervisor. And there was a Caucasian woman that answered the phone. I did call non-emergency. And she asked me what was wrong. I said, I needed to make a report regarding a cop that pulled me over. She said, what happened? I told her. She said, well, did he give you a ticket? I said, no, ma'am, he didn't. Well, I wouldn't worry about it. I said, but I'm not you. You wouldn't have to worry about it because of the color of your skin. You can drive up and down the streets going 100 with your car on two wheels and they wouldn't fuck with you. But because I'm black, I was going the speed limit, had my seatbelts on, myself and my child, and was still racially profiled. But this woman had the audacity to tell me she wouldn't worry about it. And I kindly told her I would appreciate if you get the fuck off the phone and put a supervisor on, because I never ask you for your opinion. I just ask you to give me a supervisor. So I go on to get a supervisor. And, well, I actually left a message because she claimed one wasn't available. So after that happened, the officer supervisor called me back and he asked me what happened. I explained to him what happened. And I said, then after he took my license and registration, after sitting in the car for about 15 minutes, then he comes back and says that your system was down. He couldn't verify anything. He was going to let me go with the warning. So I went on to tell the cop, I will bring my license and registration up there to you and you can run it now. I don't care. I've never broken the law in my life. Hell, I haven't had a ticket since I was 16 years old. I'm 50 years old, getting ready to be 51. Okay? Not one ticket. I don't break the law. All right? So he tells me he was going to investigate. He said, just give him a little bit of time to investigate. So I gave him time to investigate. He called me back. He said, you know what? You were honest with me. You told me that he didn't run your license and registration because he claimed the system was down. And he said, ma'am, I'm here to tell you he's a damn lie. The system was not down. You were racially profiled. And I'm going to need for you to come in and make a complaint, because what happens when this same cop goes out and the stop doesn't turn out the way yours did and someone ends up being killed? We have to get rid of cops like that. They get a certain amount of complaints and we can let them go. He said, because there's no reason for you to be racially profiled like that. And you were open and honest about everything. You told me he didn't even run your license and registration. No, he didn't. And I didn't mind telling him that. And I didn't mind if he wanted to run it, because I knew I hadn't broken any laws and I'm not wanted. I don't do anything to be wanted, But the fact of the matter is, this is what we are tired of. We're tired of all of this nonsense. We've had it, okay? We're tired of shedding tears. When we're on social media, you see all of these missing black kids, all of these missing men and women and children, and they don't even get any coverage at all. The news don't find it important enough to put these images of these black people on television and say that they're missing. But when this is a different race, especially of the Caucasian race, it's plastered everywhere nonstop. You can't even get an Amber Alert for a black kid. The first thing out of their mouths is the kid ran away. oh, they ran away. They're probably out with friends somewhere. Why is it that they're always runaways and everybody else was taken? Make that make sense. Okay? So that's why I sound so angry, because this woman shouldn't be dead because of a racist. And this world has got to do better. And until all of you out there understands that racism does exist, because you'll be surprised at how many people I've spoken to that are Caucasian that's told me, well, I haven't noticed any racism. How have you not noticed, unless you don't have a problem with what's going on and you don't consider it being racist? You just consider it being okay. It's okay to racially profile. It's okay to murder and kill black people in the street like they're dogs. If you are telling me that you don't see racism, you're fucked up in the head, because everyone sees it. A blind person can see racism. Okay. And I hate to say that way. And I'm not trying to offend anyone by saying that, but come on now, you can't help but see all of the racism that's going on. And the media makes it even worse, because they absolutely refuse to be fair when they're talking about things. When you have crimes on the news, if a black person has been injured or hurt on the news, the first thing they do, they go dig up everything they've done since they were in Pampers, okay, since they were 1 or 2 years old. And they try to paint them as being aggressive. They try to paint them as being bad when they weren't. Then you have Caucasian people that's committed a crime or something, and they're trying to cover that up. Oh, they were good. They went to church every day, and they paid their tithes, and they loved family. And then when you look up their rap sheet that's tall as me, they're not going to show that. They're not going to talk about that. They are not going to do that type of thing to slander those people's names or mess up their images. But when you're black, they do that. When you're white, they cover the shit up. And I'm angry about it. I am. And I know it's probably someone out there saying, well, she sounds like she's racist. No, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. There's all kinds of races of people in my family. My grandmother's black and white. So no one can come to me and tell me, oh, you're a racist. You a damn lie. I'm just someone that's tired of the shit. I'm tired of it. Okay. I've had enough of it. And we just want it to stop. When you kill someone and it's not self-defense, you need to do your time, and you need to do real time. Don't give these people a slap on the damn wrist. Now, if she's charged, she might get 10, 15 years and be out with good behavior if she gets in jail and controls herself, because she's so damn crazy in the head. She might get in there and start the racist shit in there, and someone's going to put their foot through her head, because that's how it is in prison. So it's sad, but she hasn't learned. And if they give her a slap on the wrist and she goes to jail and she's out in a little bit of time, she's going to feel that she can do it again, because she's not going to be in there long. So until these people that's over, these judges, okay, get their shit together, the people on these juries get their shit together and put this racism the fuck behind them, we're never going to have justice. We're never going to get justice. We're never going to have peace. No, we will never be able to come together. Just people coming together, because racism is always going to be right there, front and center. Okay. I really needed to do this segment, because I'm just so pissed off. And I've never been the type of person, if any of you, all of you that has listened to my podcast, number one, I don't bite my tongue. So if anyone is offended, I don't know what to tell you. If you don't like what I said, feel free not to listen. But I will never candy coat anything, and I'm just not going to be afraid to speak my mind. We are tired of racism. We're tired of the bullshit. We are tired of being targeted. We're tired of going to hotels and you have these women sitting here hitting. There was a situation where a white woman accused a little black boy of stealing. Him and his father had just walked through the hotel door. She instantly sees these two, and she runs over there and shoves his son and says he stole her iPhone, that his phone is hers. Come to find out, it wasn't. The father shoved her back. And then they wanted to get mad at him, talking about he assaulted her. No, the fuck he didn't. He defended his son, this little kid. Okay, to make a long story short, they found out the woman was a damn lie. Her phone had been left somewhere in an Uber or wherever she had been, but she felt she can come over and take what was not hers and accuse someone of something they didn't do. There was another situation where it was a Caucasian woman recently in a hotel. She felt she didn't want the black woman there, so she's called her names and told her to get the hell out. She wasn't going to eat anything out of the hotel, I guess, for breakfast. And when the black woman said, you know what, I'm not going to deal with this, I'm checking out, the woman comes and she spits in her face. Now, I would have made her eat that spit. I can tell you that much. That's one of the lowest things you can do to someone is spit in their face. I pray to God no one ever does that to me. I mean, that is just, we're not in them days where you could just spit on people like that anymore. Okay. And she beat her ass, and it was a well-deserved ass whooping that she got. Okay. She deserved every bit of it, because next time maybe she'll think before she spits on anyone. But this is what I'm talking about. We can't even have peace checking in or out of a hotel. When is this shit going to change? When are the lawmakers, when are they going to, number one, we should have a law, okay, that deals with all these killings that black people are having to deal with, what we're dealing with right now. They gave one to another race of people, so why can't we get one? Why? I'm going to tell you why. Because it'll be a lot of people in jail. Okay? It would be a lot of people in jail for racism. All right? And they didn't want that. That's why they didn't give us this law. That's the reason why they didn't give it. But they gave it to another race of people. And they said that it wasn't happening enough for us to have a law like that. But if you look at the television and you look at statistics, it's happening even more than what you saw with the other race of people that you gave that law to, the hate law. But you won't give us one because I believe that they know that there's going to be a lot of people in prison for what they're doing. So no, they're not ever going to give that to the black race. They're not going to do that. Number one, it's too right. It's the right thing to do. So, they're not going to do right by us. So, and they're not going to put a law in place that's actually going to protect us, because too many people that may be of the white race may end up behind bars because of their racism. And that's fucked up. We haven't had enough happen to us as a race, they say, to get a law like that. How come? Since when? But that's what they say. And that goes back to what I was saying when I say that they feel that black lives don't matter. But we do. And I'm on here saying we're not going anywhere. Okay? We're going to be here. So whoever don't like it, pack your shit and find your island. All of you guys, anyone out there that's racist and sitting there full of anger and hatred, pack your shit up. Get your other posse that don't like black people. Okay, or black and brown people. Get your shit and go find a place, some land somewhere, build you a couple of huts, or build a couple of tents, put some tents up, put up some little log cabins. I don't give a damn what you use. Just go and live away from normal people. Let normal blacks, normal whites, normal people of any race live together in peace. Without you motherfuckers coming through and making just trouble. Everybody's tired of it. That's why you don't just see black people out here protesting. You see all races of people protesting the racism, because we're all equally tired of the shit. If you don't like it, just go find you a spot to go habitate. Just go find somewhere. We don't care. We don't care. Just go anywhere away from normal people and just enjoy yourself. Just stay the hell away from everybody else that's normal, that knows that God created us all equally, regardless of the color of our skin. Let all of us be happy, and you take your unhappy ass and go somewhere else. That's how I feel about it. But now that I got that off my chest, I would like to thank all of you guys for listening to my podcast, because I know I haven't been on in a little bit because I've been extremely busy. But I will be doing another segment within a couple of days, so be looking out for that. And I hope that you guys enjoy all of my other segments. And thank you all so much for listening to my podcast. And thanks for the emails that I've gotten from you all. I appreciate that as well. I am always open to your feedback regarding my segments. I do read all of the emails that I get, and I thank you all again for tuning in, and keep the emails coming. And if there's something you want me to talk about, put that in the email and I will do it. Trust me, there is no subject that I will not talk about. I will talk about any and everything, and I'm always going to be a straight shooter. I'm always going to be 100% honest about whatever it is I'm talking about. So until next time, again, thank you guys for tuning in to Life as It Is with me, Dora Middleton. Take care.